Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Secretary of Sports. It's a pleasure to have you live and in charge. A little fun and hometown track. Countdown to green here from Lunatic Designs. Giving you all the action tonight here as the drivers get hooked up and ready to cook. It is a track that I hold near and dear to my heart, and hopefully you all do as well. It is Kansas Motor Speedway here on the iRacing platform, your platform for sim racing here on iRacing. It is an absolute blast to see everybody out there. Good to see you all out there in the chat early tonight. Speedy Trophies Truck Series here for the Chop Shop Racing League, and that amazing time that we're going to have. This is my favorite track all over the world, all over. I mean, there are tracks out there that are just, on my bucket list. But I'm going to tell you, the Kansas Motor Speedway is just the track. It's just the track to just obliterate all tracks. Just my opinion. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I'm seeing here tonight. We'll see some fast qualifying laps here as the drivers get rolling. Good to see everybody out there. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful night, and hopefully you're all having a fantastic Tuesday night. I put a poll out there on Twitch. I put a poll out there on YouTube as well. Make sure you are out there voting on those polls. What did you think about the Sunday night finish at the Grand Old Richmond Raceway for the NASCAR Cup Series? Tell me what your opinion is. Do you think it was good? Do you think it was great? Do you think it was great? Do you think it was not so great? Who cares? Or hold my watch, as RCR would say. All the cool things that you see out there. So make sure you guys are voting on the polls and let me know how you feel about it. We appreciate everybody out there who is voting. It is a way to help engage and take care of our community in the best way we know how. So drivers finish up qualifying session. It's going to be a ton of fun to see where these drivers are going to compete. We appreciate everybody running. It is the high banks at one of the best racing surfaces that you're going to get to. That's just going to be multiple grooves. It's just going to be a ton of fun. And there's going to be a whole buttload of trucks out there. It's going to be amazing to watch. And I'm glad you're all watching it with me. Grab some popcorn. Grab yourself a beverage. It is time. Again, SpeedyTrophies.com. If you need a new trophy today for whatever you have, whether it's you're getting an award for maybe somebody at work. Maybe you have an iRacing league out there. Maybe you have something coming up that you need engraved, and these folks are the ones who do it. SpeedyTrophies.com. Make sure you get out there and check it out today. We appreciate it if you do, and that is courtesy of Chop Shop. Make sure that you tell them Chop Shop sent you, whatever it comes to placing your order. We appreciate you. Race information for today's race. We're going to run a bunch of laps. It's going to be 134 of them. Stage is going to be a lap 40. There is no fast repair. They do have 4 sets of tires total. So that means that they're going to have 3 on the wall, and they're going to have the set they start with. And it's going to be a ton of fun. Admin, Box Track Racer, all a part of the Speedy Trophies Truck Series here on iRacing. Go to ChopChopRacing.net if you want to be a part of this series. Of course, you can join the Discord at discord.gg/ChopChopRacing. It is going to be a blast here as the track temperature is a balmy, cloudy, 87 degrees, 77 on the air temperature, 30% humidity, 12-mile-an-hour wind. That is exactly what it feels like to go to an October race at Kansas Speedway here in the Missouri. The heart of the Missouri Belt. It's going to be fantastic. Starting grid for today's race is going to look as such. Stephen Isham is going to be your Stay Tuned Sports pole sitter. He's going to have Connor Hazel to his outside. There out there again. You're going to see some messages on the bottom of the screen. That is direct from the race controller of this race. He is going to be able to take care of things and make sure that anything that we did not see happen, we're going to see it happen now. So we're going to have some EOLs happen for the drivers who finish inside the top 5 from last week, and that's where we're going to be at, right there. John Hammond's going to be inside row number 2 with Jeremiah Berkey to the outside. Kobe Hartung, Jason Dale going to make it row number 3. Brandon Banks, Brad Harris is going to be there, row number 4. Eric Schaefer and Nathan Bigart are going to be there, row number 5. Row 6 will be Greg Whitehead and Donnell Williams. Down the starting grid we go. Row 7 will be Anthony Shook and Michael, the striker, Strickland. Joe Sanchez back into the mix is going to have Alex Thompson there to his outside, row number 8. Michael Newbrow is going to be there with Stephen Hine in row number 9. Row 10 is going to be Jorge Rincon, Mike D. Mueller, Mark Retchen, Michael Coulter Jr. there through row 11. Again, Brad Dove, Scotty Stevens out there in row 12. Row 13 is going to be Jerry Culver, the Culverness, the man, the myth, the legend. He's going to have Jason Hastings to his outside with the DBR team. Jamie Howell and Hayden Malcolm are going to be there. Row number 14, row 15 will be Robert Church, Devin Asuna, and then Christopher Burge and Joe Thompson out there. Fred Chase in the number 9. Corey Bodnott is going to be your race controller tonight. So all the messages that you see, they're all going to be courtesy of our RC out there as the drivers go to work. Berkey is going to be having to continue to push in. Joe Sanchez dropping to the back. We'll see these drivers stop on the racing surface again. Top 5 taking the UL. That is how the racing surface has been. So good race for Daytona. If you missed it, make sure you go out there and you go to either our YouTube VODs, you can find our Twitch VODs, or you can find our Facebook VODs and get out there and support the stream by watching those ones. That'll be a ton of fun to see. John Hammond in the racing surface. We do have some driver cams tonight. John Hammond, one of those driver cams, hopefully it's still up there working. He is ready to rock and roll. He has to reload in. Sometimes those things do happen, so he is going to be trying to do what he can to get back in as quickly as he can. So he'll start from pit road, and that'll be where it's at. There's Alex Thompson. He finished second last week, so we're going to see what he's going to be able to do. And I do believe ourselves another driver cam out there. We appreciate everybody being out there on the driver cam. Thank you to Beef Jerky Unlimited for being a part of that as these drivers continue to have a good time. Kansas is ready to go. I'm ready to go. You're all ready to go. We're all ready to go. Let's go Green Flag Racing. Holly out there. How you doing, dear? Much love to you. I appreciate you and the old fam being out there in chat. Thank you very much on Facebook. Folks, I want to see your chats. I want to see what you folks have going on. I want to make sure that you also, if you're a subscriber out there on YouTube, on Twitch, or a follower on Twitch, make sure you check out those new emotes. They're there. 100% of the votes on YouTube said that the Richmond race was awesome. So that's great. That's awesome. We appreciate you getting out there. And again, thank you to Twitch as well. I think the consensus was that it was a pretty darn good race. Outside of the controversy that happened, it's going to be insane to see. Much love to you out there, Holly. I do believe we got Steven out there as well. And we got some drivers doing themselves some justice. We'll make sure that we get all these things working, and we'll get all the cameras loaded back over as well. We can appreciate all the drivers and everything that is happening out there. Thank you to everybody for giving us all the action here live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Pace cars in, 134 laps are ready to go. Kansas is under the green flag. side-by-side racing early here as the drivers go to work. It is that time on the racing surface. Brandon Banks takes over the lead. Steven Isham's going to be there now. Right now, the 23 and the 4 drop it into the early section of running the bottom side of the racetrack. Steven Isham running the outside lane as everybody goes to work. Greg Whitehead up to 5th here as he pushes and makes it happen. Mr. Van Ness, much love to you, my friend. I hope you're having a good night. Let's go Budgie Bird out there as well. Thank you for all the likes out there. I encourage you to continue to do so. How about it, Eric Schaefer? Try to battle for the lead. 54 and the 23. Good work on the outside lane as the 5-4 battles with the 4. DDR team 1-2 at the current moment. Jeremiah Berkey is going to be off 1 starting this race, just a little bit off. Greg Whitehead got a little Pepto-Bismol here at Kansas. That is an appropriate paint scheme for this racing surface. It's going to be a ton of fun to see who's going to be able to do what and who's going to be able to make this happen over the course of the long haul. Again, stage lap at lap 40. Anthony Shook, the fastest lap of the race currently right now is a 72, goes 30:84 here as they work down the racing line. Opportunity knocking for everybody. I do believe we've got our good friend Jason Day on one of the driver cams, and I believe that might be Stryker. I'll have to. I didn't reach out, and I normally reach out and ask people and say, hey, this is what's happening. But, those are the things that I do, and I mess things up from time to time. Steven Isham battling side-by-side with a 54. Again, Anthony Shook put a little extra effort into the tires here. Runs down to the inside of Eric Schaefer. Schaefer up on the high side. Again, this is a wall-ripping track, and it is going to be a track that you have to, one, manage tires and maintain exactly what you have for the longest point. Anthony Shook almost clear of the 5,000 I-rated driver of Eric Schaefer, but the outside lane prevailing right now as everybody moves up, and we'll see who stays in the draft. 30:80, the last lap for Steven Isham. 31:01 for Brandon Banks, who sits in second. Let's go through your field here, see what's happening with some of the drivers like Chris Roberge. She's going to have Kobe Hartung to his tail right there, and then drop it to the inside. It's going to be the 9 of Fred Chase back here. 1,100 I-rated drivers, side-by-side racing, side draft for the 14. This is the battle for 23rd back here as Chris Roberge is going to be up 10. Fred Chase up 10 as well. Everybody pushing forward. 38-36 for Hartung's I-rating. He is the Season 2 champion of this series, and he continues to absolutely put some effort into this racing line. Good to see him out there in the back straightaway, very full as Jason Hastings clears the 98 and is going to be rolling right now 2 and 3 wide ahead. Joe Sanchez, the 48, running the Paul setup shop. Chevy Silverado behind the USA Firearms 5-1 of Scotty Stevens. I-rating here in comparison. Everybody putting the energy in. Newbrow starting from the tail of the field. Has to start from the tail of the field. The top 5 having to move forward. And that's one of the things that you'll see. And it's one of the ways that they're trying to shake up this race and this series. They're doing exactly what they need to do. How about we see what's going on with Chris Roberge and Kobe Hartung? They keep battling back and forth. 98 to the inside, 9 there in tow. Second lane for the 98. 14 up on the high side. 49 in tow. The 14 in tow of the 49. As Roberge stays to the bottom part of the white line here. A couple of laps you can run below that apron. The more you run below that apron, the worse off your tires are going to be. You're going to put some air underneath those tires. Strickland in 13th right now, up 1 spot. Connor Hazel off 10. Trying to work his way back forward. There's the Geomax 27. We appreciate him being out there. Quarter second, the difference here is Steven Isham leads. When you got clean air, you got to do what you got to do to be able to break that clean air up. And Brandon Banks doing exactly what he needs to do here. Anthony Shook up 9. Burke is going to be in 5th, off 1. If you want to talk about a long-run race pace, that's a driver right there that can do just that. Brad Harris, 1860 on the I-rating, right behind Greg Whitehead, 952, able to keep clear here as they continue to push. Alex Thompson off 10 from the start of the race. He is running second lane. Sees the 13 of Jerry Culver right ahead of him. Culver in a new paint scheme, running a Toyota today. He's got right in front of him Mike D. Mueller, 71, 1365 on the I-rating, trying to get some effort in. And there's our man, Mr. Michael Coulter Jr., the Coulter fam, the man from beyond the truck. Like to see it. Little free on the outside. He's good. That wall is doing great for him. It's just got to be able to make sure you keep it tightened up. Steven Isham still 0.2 of a second difference here, keeping it close. About a truck length between Steven Isham and Brandon Banks, but there's the old MCI graphics. Driver right now. Steven Isham out front, 54. Searching for a little bit here. Eric Schaefer getting clean air on the bottom side. It's going to try to push down, push out of the corner and be able to push out into where that race line is going to be. It's going to be very tough to pass later on if you are not saving tires. That's a chance that you might see these drivers push forward. How about Jorge Rincon, a little bit 28? He's doing great up 10 spots. Stephen Hind right behind him up 8 as Donna Williams, the Donnie Man, the Mellow Yellow. He runs some of my favorite paint schemes. And I know that Coulter is behind a lot of those. I think that says Mellow Yellow on it. I have to look again. Or is it Mr. Hero? It might be Mr. Hero. I'm a Mellow Yellow guy, okay? If you were to ask me what kind of soda I would like to drink, if it's not a Dr. Pepper, it's a Mellow Yellow. How many of you out there are Mellow Yellow fans? Tell me in the comments. I want to hear. Some people just prefer Mountain Dew. I just like Mellow Yellow. I don't know why. I just do. It's weird. It's just weird. 23, a little free off corner. You're going to see a little bit of catch up here from the 54 the 4. Anthony Shook back 1.7. Try to close it back in. Strickland's still up 1. Looking at Connor Hazel. Greg Whitehead dropping back just a little bit. 89 and a 3, side by side. A little side draft for the 89 of Stephen Hine. Pro Rev Esports driver out there. Where is my buddy? Where's Anthony at? I've been meaning to ask. Where's my good friend Anthony at? He's been missing for a hot minute. Tonight's starting grid was presented by Premier Racing Setups. Make sure you go to PureSetups.com. Use promo code SHOP15. And if you do, you're going to save 15% on the a la carte setups. It is the week of Chicago, and they do have road course setups up there as well. It was one of the things they were working on over the course of the last basically a couple of months, watching them grow and watching them continue to get themselves into a stigma of all kinds of different setups. I'm telling you that it's going to be great to see what kind of setups you're going to have for Watkins Glen of the trucks this week. But I believe they're in Michigan or Chicago. I can't remember where they're at this week. I haven't even checked. I've been busy. Better take the little one to get herself some vaccinations today. And then from the vaccinations, she's got registration for school tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely a blast. They are 23, battle for the lead here. They're at Michigan. It is Michigan International Speedway for the week. And right now the 4 are trying to run side by side over the 54. 23, 3 wide for the lead. Maybe Steven Isham working the outside lane. 4 trying to close in the distance. Bottom side of the racetrack working better for the 4 here. Schaefer tries to get back into the throttle. 23 has the 54 in tow. 4 trying to get up there a side draft, and he is going to side draft Brandon Banks. 4 up. It's going to come into the corner. We're going to see if a slide job's going to be in tow here as the 23 goes to work. Top 3 without a blanket. Anthony Shook trying to close back in at 1.3 as they roll. As Schaefer drops all the way to the bottom side. 54 pulls the side draft here. Schaefer leads that lap. And right now they're going to be, oh no, the top 3 getting into each other. Brandon Banks, Eric Schaefer, Steven Isham. Here comes Anthony Shook. Anthony Shook with an opportunity now. He's going to be able to play catch-up. Some door for everybody. The 4, the 54, Anthony Shook, and then Steven Isham back here in the 23. And Big Art, the 01, now is caught back up as well. So we have a little bit of a challenge happening right here. 19 of 134. We have not seen a caution yet. Maybe the first caution might come out when it comes through the stage. We'll see how this one plays out. As right now, Brad Harris in tow of the 01. Little wiggle out of the 7, 53 to the inside. Burke is going to be there in that That 53. Again, Rincon up 11 behind him. Scotty Stevens up 12 as Kansas is going to work for all the drivers. Newbrow off 4 from the start of the race. Had a qualifying spot inside the top 20. Now working forward. Roberge up 14, your biggest move of the race currently as we speak, as the 3 of Whitehead's there. There's the 48 of let me speak correctly here, folks. I do apologize about that. Joe Sanchez, who got the win at Daytona last week. Again, we love to give credit where credit's due. Again, Alex Thompson doing a great job as well. He's managing a gap right now. He and Church doing a good job of just trying to roll and just try to find their pace. Thompson still in the lead lap here with 20 laps to go in the stage as 21's being ticked away. Brandon Banks out of 2 out of the back straightaway. Sees the 4 in tow. Anthony Shook closing in the pace here. And we'll see Stephen Isham right there as well. Nathan Bigart is going to be up 5. Rincon up 12. Jeremiah Berkey is going to be off 4. We'll see what the 53 does here as the outside lane starts to prevail. Strickland up 5 here. A little prime on that car, or on that truck at Chevy. And my good old signature logo on there as well. We appreciate him very much. Brandon Banks, Eric Schaefer. Closing distance right now as the 72 gets free off the corner. It's going to be all the way on the bottom side of the racetrack. 01. Rolling the outside lane. Anthony Shook holding on to what he has currently. Kansas is a great racetrack, folks. It's one of my favorite racetracks. If you haven't been to Kansas Speedway, you've got a lot of hotels, a lot of places you can stay out there. I encourage you that if you get the opportunity to go to it, you should. It's a great track. Right now, 1.7 second deficit as we take a look at what your driver is running out there. We'll see the Chevys, the Fords, Toyota. I think we have one. That's going to be Mr. Jerry Culver out there. Culver in that 13. Being the 11 of Jamie Howell to the inside. Drivers pretty matched on the I rating scale. Separated by 5 I rating total. 1836 to the 13. 1831 to the 11 as they continue to push. Again, little side draft on the outside. Outside lane is going to be a great lane to run. If you are holding on to your tires for as long as you can, it's going to be a good spot for him. 24th for him here as we see a bunch of drivers working. Brandon Banks, Eric Schaefer, side-by-side racing. Stephen Isham, Nathan Bigart trying to catch the top 2 as Schaefer tries to clear and get some stage points here. Schaefer, a little free. Is that clean air on the bottom side? You saw that truck step out. That was insane to watch in real time. Schaefer out of turn 2, right at the bottom side of the racetrack. Those tires got a little bit shaky there. 54 all the way to the bottom side as the 4 closes in. One more time, Stephen Isham there as well. Here comes Bigart. And again, Anthony Shook. Good little race. If you haven't done so, reach up at the like button for me. Go ahead and get that share out of the way as well. 72 into the wall just a little bit. Brad Harris right behind him. Jorge Rincon. There's Jorge running very nicely here. It's going to have a little bit of clean air. Trying to utilize a little bit of the draft, a little bit of the tow line to be able to make that happen. Right now, they're doing a great job. And right now, Alex Thompson, 14.8 back. Needs to close in, save a little bit of tire, needs to run out this cycle. Again, these drivers could be able to go all 40 laps, then come to pit road, get themselves a little bit of an adjustment, some fuel, some fresh tires, and then it'll be all about the finish of this race. Donnell Williams, little battle back here happening with Chris Roberge. Roberge, the nicest Canadian, you're going to meet up 15 spots, still trying to drop to the inside. Donnie in 15th right now, trying to track down some of the drivers just ahead of him. Running the Hoonigan paint scheme on that Ford. He has been running that monster 88. Normally he runs the Vancouver Canucks paint scheme on the 98, but he's been an absolute blast to see it. Get out there, change his paint scheme up, have a little bit of fun. A little free for the 6. Newbrow Trying to go back forward here as you see the first EOL for the top 5. 6 Roland Connor Hazel just ahead of him on 15. Started outside. Paul Connor's got some great qualifying laps. He starts well, and he just needs a good finish here. So we're going to be 29 laps complete this time. Free again. Stephen Isham close it in. Eric Schaefer out of the corner, testing the waters here. Maybe tested these tires. 29 laps in. There's a lot to be said and a lot happening on the racetrack. Again, folks, we are, I want to thank all of my sponsors as well. I know the sponsor logos aren't rotating up there. I have a new way of the sponsors that are going to be showing up here very soon. I want to make sure that I get myself, I want to be pleasantly surprised for that. So we're going to be, I've got a new way of doing it that's going to be coming up. The rotating thing that is through our banner service is just not working very well. So I've kicked it away. It resets about once a month, and I'm not very happy with that. So we're gonna make that change, and it'll be back up there. But again, Chop Chop Racing is a sponsor of Signature Esports. Caution comes out here for the first time. Again, Premier Racing setup shop, as will be 30 laps complete. Stage completion is going to be a lap 40, so we're just still going to have a little sprint here. We'll see who makes it happen. We'll see who gets sideways here. We'll have to bound it out and figure out what's going on there. Excuse me. I don't know. Oh, was it John? I had to, it was sideways. Here's what happened right here. John Hammond, D1 driver camp. Little free. Woo! Sideways. Little right front. He's good to go. He got a win in the Cup Series this last week. And we'll see what's going to happen here as the drivers look to cycle. Brandon Banks up 6. Eric Schaefer is going to be up 7. Stephen Isham off 2 from the start of the race. After the 3-wide contact, we'll see if he and Nathan Bigarts are going to have anything for the top 2. You get those tires cooled down. A lot of drivers coming to pit road as we speak. Excuse me. Hey, Budgie, underneath the animated, if you're out there, dear, underneath the animated, there's now a tire. Spinning tire. So now we got the spinning ballistic, we got the spinning budgie, and we got the spinning Goodyear tire on the chat out there. So it's going to be awesome to see. All right, let's take a look. We do have a couple more driver camps. I was able to set them up, and we appreciate it. That's Jason Day. That's on board that driver right there. And a line first EOL for the 75. Appreciate all the support. Camera fell down just a little bit there. Then, I'm missing a camera. There's the camera. There's the camera. We are missing a camera. All right. Let's go to, okay, it's our 5th camera there. Something got all jacked up on Mountain Dew. That's Alex Thompson out there. He's doing fine. Doing just fine. All right, let's bounce over here real quick. One more chance. Opponent. I like that Chop Chop Racing flag. Those things are awesome. Just saying. Kansas Truck Series. Speaking of Truck Series, that's it. That's the spinning tire. That's the Goodyear out there. I also have a few more emotes. And I know that Restream doesn't do a great job of putting the big ones up there. If you're watching out there on Twitch, I like the spinning tire. It doesn't. I mean, it kind of looks all wonky, but it's kind of funny. I kind of like it. Yeah. Thank you to everybody. Ads are going to be running out there on YouTube. Do apologize about it, but we got to pay the bills sometimes, and that's how we go. We're going green. Banks, Schaefer, Big Art, working the outside, Steven Isham. There in a little 0-1. It's a good restart here. Can he get back to the throttle? 4 to the inside. Big run coming from the 0-1 to the 54. Little bop draft to the outside as Banks goes back ahead of the 4. 0-1 to the bottom. Eric Schaefer trying to lead. Again, 5 laps to go to the stage this time by Brandon Banks. Trying to protect the outside lane. 0-1 there to the corner. So we'll see Strickland up 10. Scotty Stevens up 14. Some of the drivers that you're seeing up here getting a little bit antsy into the corner. Maybe some new tires for a few drivers. Maybe a little extra damage repairs. We'll see as everybody goes to work. Caution back out again out of the end of your stage. Schaefer should win it. Devil Suda having an issue. Oh, Churchy got into him a little bit there. Oh. Does some right rear damage. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Yeah, see? How you like that hype? Budgie, that one's kind of for you. You use hype a lot. I changed the hype over to that one. I do like it. So Eric Schaefer should get your stage win. It's within 5, so I do believe within 5 they call it there. And we'll see how this one's going to fan out and play out for some of the drivers. Jeremiah came to pit road that last time. He was able to get up to 14th before the start of the field. A lot of Joe Thompson back here. We like Joe. Joe helping out. He's got gets to the back bumper of the 71 there. He was trying to slow down. We do like Joe. We like the fam. Much love to Joe and his family helping us out over here on our platform as well. Appreciate him. We got to do it. We got to talk about the points. Last week, points were updated. Joe Sanchez got the win. Alex Thompson, second of the points. Kobe Hartung, third in point standings. Strickland, fourth of the point standings. Steven Isham, top 5 of the point standings. Newbrow able to get top 3 last week. Able to put in the effort. We were able to talk to Newbrow. Appreciate that driver. Appreciate what he is getting out there doing. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to him 2 weeks in a row. It'd be pretty darn cool. Hayden Malcolm, Eric Schaefer, Fred Chase, Jeremiah Burke are going to be your top 10 of the point standings. The playoffs were to begin today. Brandon Banks would be right there on the cutoff line as the stage win went to John Hammond last week, and he was taken out in the middle of that race. And unfortunate to see it happen that way, but lots of opportunities for these drivers to be able to make up some time, some energy, and kind of a little bit of a good situation. Berkey's going to be race leader. Retchen's going to be second. Roberge third. Jerry Culver's going to be fourth. Mike Mueller fifth. And the biggest move of the race right now, Roberge. And they barely made it 2 laps. So the tires are going to be pretty level. Jerry Culver still looking to come to pit road. I do believe he was looking at it. John Hammond, tail end of the field here. Came in on 32, got 2 minutes of damage repaired. Was able to stay out of that, but he's going to come back to pit road. Hopefully he'll be able to get the rest of that truck fixed. Jerry Culver was your lucky dog, so he comes back around and puts himself out there. I know there's some significant weather out there. Church had a line for his claim. First well, there it is. One of the things that we've seen on the racing on the weather out there, we've seen a lot of people going through some flash flooding out there, some rainstorms hitting. Please make sure, and I mean it, please make sure you guys are safe out there. You folks are safe out there. Make sure you take care of your pets, your animals. If you're getting a lot of rain right now, make sure that you have your essential supplies. That's going to be absolutely important to everybody. And don't try to if it looks like it's standing water, and you know that it's probably too deep, or if you think it's too deep, it's probably too deep. You know what I mean? So be careful out there. Don't drive through something you shouldn't, unless you got something that's capable of doing it, like kayak. Kayaks are good. You can go out on a kayak. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of weather out there for a lot of the community, and we want to make sure that everybody's safe out there for darn sure. Second caution of the race comes out. Man, John Hammond back to pit road, getting more of the truck work done. Still one lap down. Be able to leave pit road here. And Hammond started qualified third, and starting at the tail end of the field. When you get an EOL challenge, it's pretty darn drastic. But that right front damage makes that truck just absolutely. It makes it really want to dig that splitter into the ground and get that rear standing out, and can make you feel freer than you are. So getting as much of it fixed as possible is no doubt exactly what John is trying to do here. The required damage, just killer. But hey, if he takes it easy, he's going to be fine. Folks, no, I see that flag up there for John. We love John. John and I come from some similar backgrounds. John Hammond, former Army Ranger out there, served in the United States Army, veteran of the service. Hats off to John Hammond and all of our vets out there, military men and women of service. Please make sure that you absolutely thank your veteran when you get a chance. Green flag, we're going. 53 at Berkey, ready to rock and roll. .32 trucks on the lead lap, only one driver off the lead lap. And as long as everybody takes it easy, we'll see. 3 wide, 14 to the outside, 72, 51. 6 in the middle of all this as well. Woo! Come on, Newbrow. I'm a fan. A lot happening ahead of the drivers, but you're going to see exactly where this racetrack is just awesome. 16 to the back bumper to the 7. Just ahead, Stevens. See a little bobble right there out of Newbrow, but if he can manage, 52 in front of Newbrow, no! Commentator's curse, hold on to it, no, hit the wall, tap. No bueno, here's what happened. And no caution either. 14 bumps the 52 down. Not Newbrow. Come on now. I mean, that was a little bump. That's a little bump. Gonna roll again. Don't touch that truck. Sorry. I'm a fan. Roberge out front. Berkey's gonna be on the bottom. Roberge trying to get some bonus points here. Ready to lead the lap. Mark Retchen, my Jefferson City friend, right behind him. 31-14. A little bit of clean air for the drivers. 98. Rolling nice, cool, calm, and collected. Big Art, Stephen Isham, Eric Schaefer just ahead. Eric Schaefer up to 4th already, up 5. He gave it a 37. Able to dice his way through the field just a little bit. Joe Sanchez, fastest lap, just ran for him. 31-1-1. So we're starting to see some of the fast laps for all these drivers getting knocked in and knocked out right now. 44 of 134. We should see a lot of the drivers think about pit road somewhere around the lap 80 mark, 80 to 85. It's a good place to be. 90 would be even better. 90 would, caution comes out. As hopefully we'll see Scotty Stevens, Jason Hastings, Mike D. Mueller. Mike destroyed on the bottom side of the, I think that's turn 3. Man. Kansas living up to it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hastings. Mike Mueller. There's a lot that happened there. Let's unpack this one. We were trying to hold on to that lead and switch some cameras. A little 3 doors down from Mike Miller. Like his paint game, by the way. Let's see what happened when he tried to turn it here. So here's the 51 of Scotty Stevens here. We'll go on board right here. 14 over to go. Oh, little wall turn in. Little wall tap for the 71. Watch the 71. Again, I slowed it down to quarter speed. 71 right here. Gets into the wall just a little bit. And it turns down into the 51. And then Mike goes around. Then we'll go on board the 71 here. 71 into the 2, 2 into the 49. Great save by the 2 truck. As Jason Hastings goes around. Unfortunate for Mr. Hastings as well. Scotty Stevens on pit road. John Hammond, your lucky dog, says, move out of the way. Excuse me. Goodbye, back to pit road. He's going to be able to get that nose work done. Drop it off on Saturday, pick it up on Tuesday. Or the fake flex tape. All right, lucky dog coming around. That is John Hammond. He's going to be back on the lead lap. So maybe a better opportunity here. We'll see what's going to happen. Jason Day back to pit road as well. 52 collected in a little bit of that. Joe Thompson getting some of the truck looked at as well. 22 seconds looked at. Little fuel. Brad Dove coming off pit road. There's our Dove Farms LLC driver. Newbrow. Please tell me they didn't. I'm going to be defensive. Don't touch that truck. Hashtag don't hit me. For those who remember that. How about it? 98, 24, 53. Schaefer's going to be in 4th. Strickland up to 5th here. On the bottom side of the racetrack, keeping the pickups full and also making sure the tires do not wear unevenly under these pace laps. Same with the 4. You see the 4 running a little bit bottom. Keeping the tires cool. Keep that thing flat. No line, first claim for the 71. Man. On pit road, getting it worked on. So he's going to be able to get out there and complete some laps. John Hammond back to pit road. We'll see if he's going to be able to get any more of that damage worked on. Not quite sure if he even took tires the last time he came to pit road. Just a few more seconds. Every little bit matters. Every little bit counts. Well, Burge is going to be on the back straightaway. Every few moments counts. 52 seconds of damage for the 6 truck here. Didn't take any tires. Didn't need anything there. So, he'll be able to restart well. 30 drivers on the lead lap. Mueller on pit road getting repairs. Scotty Stevens on pit road as well. He's getting some repairs. Now, Scotty Stevens got hit there. I didn't see his engine blow, so let's just take a look here real quick. Yeah. Oh, it did. And poor Jason, man. Jason Hastings up here. Man. All right, everybody on pit road. All right, Hammond coming around. He is still on the lead lap. So Roberge is going to be that driver. There'll be 2x2. Roberge selects the high lane on the restart. 24 is going to be in the bottom side. 30 spots gained. Started 31st. Roberge living up to his name here as they go. Thank you to the RC out there giving us all the feedback. Thank you to all the drivers out there as well. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in each and every night. Premier Racing Setups, another caution for everybody. But we ready to go? We're ready to go. How about we do it? How about we go green flag? Green flag racing here for the 4. As he gets a better restart with the 98, he's going to pull Eric Schaefer along with him. Mark Retchen has Berkey on the bottom side. Stryker trying to go to the outside. Steven Isham, 23, trying to go back forward here as your pole sitter. Trying to win a race. 0-1 there as well. Big Art has had a great looking season and has continued to push boundaries here and doing everything he can. Tony getting a big old gifted sub. Thank you, Kivett. I appreciate you being in the chat. Budgie, thank you for the gifted sub out there to Tony Kivett. Budgie, can you do a shout out to Tony Kivett for me? That's one of the DVR guys. That's Tony Kivett out there. He is part of the DVR Racing fam, which is Drinking Bros Racing. We've known them for several years, and I want to see Kivett surpass everything that you could ever ask for. So make sure that you give some love to him. 4 into the side of the 98. 98 trying to roll. Roberge not giving any room. Can't go any further. Here comes the 88 to the inside. 98 down to the bottom side. Can he cross over? A little dirty air. To the 98 back to the inside. As the 4 looks to try to keep it free. Retchen back to 4th. Jeremiah Burke off 5th. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 98, 88. Battle for second. Schaefer trying to extend here. Kansas being Kansas, the way Kansas predicts. How about Joe Sanchez? Up 7, trying to work his way forward. Alex Thompson there to the outside. Little side-by-side racing here for the 16:01:48. Little wiggle out of the 16. 16 trying to hold on to what he has. Again, Joe Sanchez bounces it off the bottom side of the apron. 72 is going to be in tow. Here comes Anthony Shook to the outside. 16 able to hold that line, doing a great job, keeping himself in the right spot as Alex Thompson doing exactly what he needs to do. Thompson all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Is going to have Kobe Hartung there. Anthony Shook on the bottom side. 16 drifts up just a little bit. Got to enter a little more with a little bit of an angle here. You do not want to split the white seam of this racetrack. That white seam absolutely can destroy the truck. Drifts up the racetrack one more time here. We'll see. He goes 3 wide here. 48-16, 7 on the inside. 16 backs out of the corner. Big run for the 54. They're putting him in a rock and a hard spot here. He is trying to do his darndest to keep these drivers at bay. But right now, 3 wide for the 16. That's who you've got on your screen there, folks. There's the 9 of Fred Chase there as well. 16 trying to hold that second lane. Great race craft for all these drivers. 9 up to the 16. 9 drops corner. 16 is going to be into the brakes, out of the brakes. Going to slow up here and let these drivers duke it out in front of them. Great awareness right there as Connor Hazel's going to be in tow of the 16 now. Heads up racing for the 16, able to get himself out of a situation. Fred Chase is going to be up 20. Michael Strickland out front here at Kansas. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for being in the chat, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for the gifted sub. Strickland to Eric Schaefer. Schaefer's battled a little bit of the tire early in the going. Steven Isham closing back in to where he wanted to be. Roberge really good at this racetrack as well. A top 5 truck, maybe promising here tonight for him. We'll see how this how these trucks kind of fare out over the course of the long haul. Roberge off his pace just a little bit. It ran a 32-1 this last time by, but he is just trying to manage with the 4. 23 up to the high side. Anthony Shook right behind. 72 rolling. Kobe Hartung trying to make Kansas his own as well. 48 back here. Joe Sanchez pushing forward. Mark Retchen is going to be in that, in a tough spot. Rolling forward. Travis, thank you for liking the stream out there on Facebook. Much love to you. I appreciate you very much. Strickland, bottom side of the racetrack, 7/10 of a second lead over Eric Schaefer. Schaefer closing it just a little bit. Natural line for Stryker here. 98 into the wall. Hold on to it. Roberge, heavy right side damage as he plants it. Should be fine, though. Those Fords are tough, right? Built Ford tough with a little Toyo tire and, He's fine. Just a scrape. More of a right rear scrape than anything else. All right. All good things. Start-finish line there. Pit road entrance there. Clicking the wrong buttons. Sorry about that. Eric Schaefer back to second. Stephen Isham trying to work around a couple of drivers here. There is, again, Colby Hartung in tow. 23 of Stephen Isham right behind Eric Schaefer. Hartung to the bottom side, inside the top 5. Big Art trying to roll forward as well. We'll see the 72 of Anthony Shook push forward as that driver tries to hold off a lot of fast drivers behind him. Joe Sanchez, last week's winner from the back to the front. Again, it's an EOL at the start of the race. Had to work his way forward. Right now, currently up 8. Roberge in 8th. We'll have to limp the truck just a little bit and hope for just a solid night. Roberge, a phenomenal driver, has been one of the staples of our community for the past 4 years. So we appreciate Roberge being a part of the Chop Chop Racing fam and getting in a few leagues out there and seeing him ever improve. If you didn't know, the 98 is a former Olympian. Oh no, back here. Oh, the 9, the 89, Stephen Hine, Fred Chase. They got a little bit happening there. Stephen Hine with a big run here. We have Esports Racing 89 doing a good job. Let's check in with Michael Neubauer back here as the DBR Racing head. John Hammond's going to be up a couple of spots. These drivers run a little bit longer in there. Good portions of this racing surface doing itself some justice. So we're seeing how these drivers are going to be able to hold on to it. Joe Thompson, I talked to him earlier, loves this racetrack. He's going on vacation. Hopefully he has a phenomenal vacation, you and the family. Mike Mueller out there, Mike D. Mueller. Man, oh man, it was tough to see what happened to you earlier. Thank you for the like out there, sir. Much love to you. I appreciate you. I know that it's kind of one of those tough luck situations, but who you got your eyes on? You got a teammate out there. Stryker, 3/4 of a second over Eric Schaefer. Stephen Isham closing in on the 4. As a full second puts itself in there. '71 apologizes. You like Nathan? Which one? Big Art? This guy? The 01? Ninja Turtles? Are we going... Do we have more than one Nathan in here? We don't. We only have one. Okay, never mind. We used to have more than one Nathan in here, so apologies. We're good. We're good. The 01. All right. All right. He's fast. He is last season's champion. Oh, sorry. It was Banks last year. Man, oh, man. I keep screwing that up. All right. Hold on to the night. Okay, let me check. I was checking. I was typing back and forth with the race controller there. He's got some cool stuff going on, and we've got some cool things. How about it? Calm night happening here for the 6 of Michael Neubauer. It's going to be right there side by side with the 24. Mark Wretched up 4. Jerry Culver up 10. Fred Chase is going to be up 19. Still working forward. Ren Cohn, Stephen Hine just up on the high side. Monumental day. 22 spots gained for Robert. She's still side by side with Brandon Banks, who's had to work through a little bit of this race to try to put himself back in contention. Stephen Isham 1.14 second deficit here as he tries to track back down Eric Schaefer. Schaefer still holding his own over the course of this second spot. 0.6 of a second lead. Anthony Shuck's going to be in fourth. Kobe Hartung patiently waiting, 68 of 134. A lot of drivers moving on and moving forward. We're going to throw it on exciting. I need to go and refill my water because this has been an exciting race. So we're going to keep it here, and you guys are going to keep watching. I'm going to make sure I crank it up just a little bit for you so you can enjoy this race. I'll be right back in just a moment. All right. Sorry, I had to let our old dog Lucy out. She had to go use the potty there, folks. So we're gonna go Rincon and up 7 here. That's who we've got our eyes on. Roberge is up 20. Still trying to work. We're looking just ahead as you see the 01, the 14 go battling here. 7/10 of a second deficit for Strickland and Eric Schaefer. Big Art trying to clear the 14. Kobe Hartung. Whoa. These are side draft 0114, side by side, trying to slow each other down. 01's going to be able to utilize a little bit of that bottom lane. Going to try to slide up in front of the 14. 14 was a little free off turn 2. You never know what's going to happen. Anthony Shuck up 5. Robert still holding on to 11th right now. In pace laps or pit laps, most of them came out on 37. Some of the drivers came out on 46. Newbrock came out on 46. Got that truck worked on. 89 into the wall. 6 trying to hold on to the bottom side. 89 doing a great job. There comes Jerry Culver again up 10. 6 slides up in front of the 89 there. Just a little bit of breaking out and gets back into the throttle. Oh no! 13 gets doored by the 89. They're going to lose some ground here. It's going to be able to get back up on the racing surface. Jerry Culver losing some spots here. We'll have to go back at it. Mark Wretched coming off pit road. Robert Church on pit road. Strickland rolling. So look at what happened to Stephen Hine here. Oh. Meeting of the minds. And they all rolled out. Ryan, what's going on? My audio is so different. There's different places, different. It depends on the audio. So if I've been getting a lot of issues with the mic audio. It's been a lot of issues with the not just the mic audio, but people saying that the race audio is different. Each camera has a different audio, has a different tone. So I've been trying to make sure that I'm trying to level everything out. I haven't changed anything on the platform. The only thing that I've been dealing with is I've been dealing with my microphone finally saying, hey, I've almost had my wit's end. And so that's just something I'm dealing with, something I have to deal with. And we're going to do what we can. So I do apologize if that's the case. If folks are having a hard time, they can turn me down. And depending on where you're listening, the audio buffer is different as well. YouTube has a different audio encoder than Facebook does. 88's getting a little bit free off corner exit. Eric Schaefer able to close in. Steven Esham's going to be right behind as well. So I appreciate the feedback. I really do. It's just there's nothing I can do about it right now. I really do. Excuse me. Yeah, so right here, that's the TV1 cam, right? That's how loud it gets. TV2. See the audio difference there for the TV2. I can go and adjust them, but iRacing has made adjustments on the decibel levels throughout this, and I can't. Every time I go to make the change, it's there. Now here's TV3. You're hearing a different audio level for everything else. So, again, I try to do my best. Each track is different. Bristol's a lot louder. Ford gets a little free there. Bristol's loud. I have to turn down Bristol. There's a lot of tracks that are just loud. And there's a lot of tracks that are just soft. And the audio inside the vehicles, completely different story. So now I can talk to you and you can hear just about everything that's going on. We're utilizing the bottom side of the race line here, and it's just going to sound like everything is almost level. I would say almost level. John Hammond coming to pit road. Alex Thompson coming to pit road as well. We're going to see drivers try to shake that 85 lap mark. That'll put them at being able to make it. As we'll see a couple of drivers go a lap down, but there's going to be an opportunity here for every one of these drivers to be able to do something. And it's about who's going to be able to make. It's about who's going to be able to make the pit stop the best, right? Who's going to be able to be there at the end? Hayden Malcolm coming to pit road, 5'9", working. Yeah, every decibel level is different, and I may just have to at some point go through every replay and try to figure out what I need to do with each of these tracks. You got to remember, I own all but maybe a handful of tracks, and it's tough to make happen that way. Right now, John Hammond just ahead of your race leader, Alex Thompson, coming off pit road. It's going to be 2 laps down here, I do believe. Stryker putting a couple of drivers multiple laps down. New tires for the 16. See Schaefer coming to pit road. He's going to wiggle down just a little bit. Strickland rolling into the corner. Steven Easham's going to be second now. Big Art's going to be trying to go down to the bottom side. This has been a good race so far for the 88. Up 13. We'll see when they decide to come to pit road. This coming to pit road is going to be important for a lot of drivers and how they get out there and come to pit road. I do believe the 88's committing to pit road. Point for a lap led by any one of these drivers. Steven Isham up on the high side. Big Art down to the bottom. Finally gets credit for a lap led. Joe Sanchez coming to pit road as well. So now we're starting to see all of the race line being dictated by when these drivers can get in and out of pit road. Steven Isham in second. Joe Thompson right behind Coulter Jr. for 16th. There's a battle happening here. One to the outside, making it work. 12 to the bottom. Eric Schaefer splits it 3 wide here. 72 coming to pit road. A lot of drivers thinking about coming to pit road soon. You see Schaefer trying to close back down to Michael Strickland, who is on the bottom side of the racetrack. Schaefer came to pit road and now has the pace. Can Stryker close back down to him? 1.5, 1.6 second deficit here as Big Art, Colby Hartung closing in. Steven Isham on pit road. Colby Hartung, Brandon Banks coming to pit road. Both drivers locking them up. 14. Very close there. I don't know if he got a penalty there or not. Doesn't look to be as yet. We'll see. Big Art leading, trying to extend. Eric Schaefer ahead. 3 seconds ahead of Michael Strickland. 91 to 134. Able to get in and out of pit road. 2 seconds faster than Michael Strickland there, and that is what got him up to pace faster than Stryker. And now they're going to be rolling. Big Art coming to pit road. So your leader gives up the line. 52 comes around. He is going to be the driver. Devin Asuda, too fast entering. So he will sit there for a long penalty. Jason Day, your race leader. Brad Dove coming around. He's going to be in second. Joe Thompson up to third. As the pace starts to pick up, 72 in tow as well. Eric Schaefer just ahead. The cycle continuing. Big Art on pit road. Getting just a little bit more done to that truck. Schaefer trying to make that pass. Is going to be able to make that pass. As now we'll see Jason Day come to pit road. Eric Schaefer cycles to the lead here. But Brad Dove coming around is going to lead a lap. Evan clearing his black flag. It's going to be a couple of laps down. Joe Sanchez, last driver on the lead lap currently. Rincon trying to clear as well. Jason Day to pit road. Brad Dove comes around 1 and 2. Back straightaway. Ahead of him, your leader. Every bit of an opportunity for every one of these drivers to do something about it. Brad Dove. Stryker is loose. Loose he is. No, it is strange, Brian. I appreciate you looking out for me. I really do. Audio is the one thing that I have to say is my Achilles heel. I have to get it right, and I hate not getting it right. 25, bottom side, 98, 28, going to go to the outside. Berge up 19 spots. Joe Thompson still working. He's going to be up 30, sits in second here. So Eric Schaefer closes down the distance. This is going to be huge with 40 laps to go. Drivers came in on 85, can make the fuel cycle, can make it on fuel. John Hammond came in on 84. He's still having a decent race. Just has a little bit different tire strat than some of the other drivers out there. Schaefer came in on 87. Stryker came in on 88. And Strickland, 2.5 seconds, trying to close back down. Do not overdrive the truck. That's the big deal here. 23, 53, 54, 14. All of these drivers within a blanket. Tomorrow night, Signature Esports going to be broadcasting another Kansas race. It's going to be live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. It's going to be a ton of fun to call. One of the best parts about calling that race is that it's going to be just like this. Big field, whole lot of trucks. Kansas, 2 nights in a row. Brad Dove, still your race leader. Going to try to run that thing dry. Kevin on 48. He's being caught. Joe Thompson being caught as well. Lap time should start leveling out here just a little bit. Schaefer trying to back off the corner a little bit, maybe save a little bit out of the corner. Joe Thompson coming up pit road. He was trying to lead a lap there. Bonus point would have been insane. 25. Seen a whole lot of traffic to his outside. He's staying to the bottom side of the racetrack. Again, Joe Thompson on pit road. Will cycle through the field here, and we'll see how his tires hold up. So he stays out, gives himself a little extra advantage. 25 has a few drivers running around him. John Hammond started third, now in 19th. 75 looking to go to the outside of the 25. Good side draft for the 75. Pull a little bit of that air. Gets himself rolling. Still a little right front damage. He's fine. Connor Hazel doing the same thing. Brad Dove still leading here. We're coming to pit road. Stephen Hine rolling as well. 25 coming to pit road. That's to lock it down just a little bit. Nice entry to pit road there. Should be fine. 45 miles an hour for a lot of these drivers. That's the pit road entry. Eric Schaefer takes over the lead. Michael Strickland trying to close in. Got a 2-second deficit here. 99 of 134. Colby Hartung solid for third right now. Outside lane running. 5 seconds to gap. Brad Dove take tires and leave pit road. He will try to cycle back out here as Eric Schaefer comes around 3 and 4. Up onto the front straightaway. Can Brad Dove get up to speed? Alex Thompson making the pass. Natural lap progression here for this driver. We'll see he and Eric Schaefer in just a moment. 34 laps to go this time by as Eric Schaefer leads. A 2-second margin. He's to manage the gap. Colby Hartung closing in as well. Brandon Banks just below. 25 coming off pit road. It's going to be off the lead lap. First driver off the lead lap is Brad Dove. And can he hold on to that truck? 23 to the outside. Stephen Isham. Brad Dove ran to 98. Has 10, 11 lap fresher tires than most of the drivers in front of him. Big Art came in at 91. Has about an 8.5 second deficit here between he and Eric Schaefer. Joe Sanchez sits in 7th. Let's go through your field. John Hammond in 20th. Coulter Jr. up 1. Trying to work his way forward. Came in on 96 lap fresher tires. Connor Hazel right there. John, little blank there for John. Going to be there to the outside. I'm happening with Hammond's connection. Hopefully he's good to go. Stephen Hines going to be right where he started in 18th. Fred Chase up 16. Culver up 9. It's going to have Greg Whitehead there to his inside. So the 3 to 13. Good battle here. Battle for 17th heating up. Jason Day off 8 from the start of the race as these drivers continue to push. Rincone's going to be up 6 as 8 spots gained for that driver. Newbrow up to 12th. Roberge is up 20. Roberge doing a good job of tracking down Brad Harris. And patience is everything on this racetrack, and patience is everything everywhere. 88th, the lap that Roberge came in. Newbrow came in on 90. Brad Harris came in on 90 as well. Anthony Shuck up 4. Schaefer to This series next week gonna be a ton of fun. It'll be an absolute blast. Lots of scrolling. Sorry, folks. Phoenix next week. So short track racing in the truck series. August 20th. You're going to have a bye week on August 27th. Back in Kentucky, September 3rd. I do believe we're going to have good opportunity to see a driver or two maybe jump into the broadcast booth for us over here at Signature Esports. You're going to see probably one of the coolest cats maybe jump back in. We'll see. But the broadcast will still be on Signature Esports, but we are going to have a different voice for that week when it comes to that race. 16, keeping the high lane rolling. It's Thompson, 23rd. That EOL challenge is really checked him up. Confidence it was high getting into today's race, and Thompson got to figure out how to run with these guys and try to figure out how to run his natural race line, and has been just absolutely putting a good track together. Right now, Strickland catching Eric Schaefer. Schaefer, bottom side of the racetrack. Stryker runs the middle portion of the lane. He's going to have the exit here for the 16. Going to drop all the way down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Stryker still 7/10 of a second in closing. As we'll see just a little bit of that race line work for him. Ford's going to work the outside lane now. And we'll see if the tire-saving strat has worked for the 4. Strickland a little free off 2. Do watch these drivers still continue to push. 32.56 for Eric Schaefer last time by. 32.32. Colby Hartung 32.27. 2.9 second difference here. Brandon Banks is going to be in 4th. Steven Isham holding on solid. Top 5 here. Big Art is going to be 6th. Joe Sanchez 7th. We'll be putting in some good lap times. Stryker, bottom side of the racetrack, carrying the corner. 25 is going to be in tow. Brad Dove, a little bit newer tires, going to be able to run a little bit faster than these drivers. Roughly about a half second, 3/4 of a second faster on his lap times. Should be able to get up and clear of the 88. And just that newer tire working very well. 25 running the natural seam on the front straightaway. So the first driver off the lead lap, try to unlap himself here. Alex Thompson, a natural lap for him. To see the 25 get to the back bumper of the 4. 6/10 of a second deficit here as the 25 looks to go to the inside. Eric Schaefer working the outside lane. Is going to be fine here. The 25 will be able to pull away. Eric Schaefer out front, half second. The deficit here will be 25 laps to go. This time by Admin Box giving you all the action. Steven Isham in 5th. Check back through the field again. Jason Hastings out of the race. Scotty Stevens and Mike D. Mueller. Churchy on pit road, getting something worked on that truck. Aiden Malcolm in 29th. It's going to be 3 laps down. Devin Asuda is going to be 2 laps down. We have 4 drivers off the lead lap. Mark Retchen just off the lead lap. 1 lap off the lead lap. Mark Retchen, Dono Williams, Joe Thompson, and then Alex Thompson. Those are your drivers looking to have a battle here as the 14 goes to the outside. 16 runs the inside lane. 14 at a steam. 16 corner exits. Going to see the 14 to the outside. 16 giving way here as he sees the battles happening right there with him. Eric Schaefer, 7/10 of a second. Again, tire saving mode for Eric Schaefer. 88 running just a little bit off the wall. Eric Schaefer. Again, I talked about him saving tires earlier. Stryker trying to play catch-up here. 4/10 of a second deficit here. We'll see if he has anything left for Eric Schaefer. He's been able to close down the gap. Can he do any more here as Schaefer runs the outside lane? 23 laps to go is a lot of racing left. That's just over 12 and a half minutes of racing on this racetrack. And both of these drivers putting the energy in. Right now, 3.4 second deficit for Colby Hartung. Brandon Banks in 4th. We'll see the 23 of Steven Isham right behind him. There's the 12 of Joe Thompson. Going to get a little bit of his time back. He stayed out a very long time. And Joe Thompson, first driver off the lead lap. Joe trying to get to the back bumper of Alex Thompson. Check on your field. Drivers putting in the energy. Boy, howdy. Jason Day, bottom side of the racetrack here. Oh, baby. He gave me 2 camera angles. He might have. Who's that? That's somebody. I don't know who that is. I know who Jason. I know where Jason was at. Good opportunity. Thank you to all the Beef Sure Kid Limited driver cams. Thank you to this guy here. We're gonna not secretly root for John anymore because John got his first win on our platform. Alex Thompson just trying to have a solid day. He looks tired. A lot of these drivers work full-time jobs, and then they come over here and they race a race like this, and they run all these laps, and they do everything they need to be able to put themselves in position. 19 laps to go. Eric Schaefer backing off the corner. Stryker but a little bit higher, tested the waters with the outside lane up near the wall, able to keep it clean. Eric Schaefer, 0.6 of a second, just managing the gap. Hartung in third. Brandon Banks, 0.8 of a second off that pace. Steven Esham's there as well. Day, Newbrow to the inside of the 7. Newbrow trying to search for a top 10. Michael Newbrow coming on 90. 92 for Jason Day. Michael Newbrow up on the high side. 11th spot there. Robert still up 18. Still technically your biggest mover of the race right now. Started 31st. Sits in that 13th spot. As Rincon 3.7 back. And we're seeing if anybody's got anything. Some of the drivers came in on 85. John Hammond, first driver to do so. It was an early taker, natural lap here. Thompson came in at the same time. Hammond had just a little bit better of a lap there. Hammond running a little bit higher on the race line. Again, back to the inside. Stryker now within closing distance. Do the 4, drop all the way to the bottom side. 75 still up on the high side, still not clear. 75 for a little free. Schaefer has a little bit more tire to push here. It's going to be able to run up and be able to clear the 75 there. So Strickland now within 0.3 of a second. As you saw the 4 manage 88 to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. 0.3 of a second now, able to get up into that draft zone. 75. I don't know if he played a pick there, but he did a good job if he didn't. Coulter Jr., the next driver. 4/100ths of a second, or 4/10 of a second, sorry, 4/10 of a second. The gap between Schaefer and Strickland with 15 laps to go. Colby Hartung sitting solidly in third, 2.8 second gap. Brandon Banks about a second back from that driver. Steven Esham all over the back bumper of the 54. Little wall scrape there. 23 looking to the outside. We'll go on board the right front of Steven Esham. It's the overhead cam here. I like this camera. Joe Sanchez, solid night. Oh, caution comes out. That changes everything. Newbrow, no. 72 of Anthony Shook. Oh, 6 was exiting the corner. 72 is up on the high side. Newbrow gets cooked there. Man. Just got tight into the corner. 72 still there. Comes out. Corner exit. Corner exit. Oh, yeah. Just a little touch and go situation there. Watch the wheel. We'll just look at the wheel here. Drops in the corner. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Throttle, throttle. Just went to exit, and the 72 is still there. So Anthony Shook involved. Newbrow a little bit turned around. So that changes a few things. Who's coming to pit road? A few drivers. Pretty much everybody. And that'll tighten the field back up. Alex Thompson and Joe Thompson. Joe Thompson will be your lucky dog here. Oh, I'm sorry. John Hammond will be your lucky dog. Joe Thompson, Alex Thompson, Donnell Williams, Mark Wretched could all get a free pass here. And to find any one of them, you take it. You take the free pass, put yourself back on the lead lap, and duke it out between yourselves later. We are going to be under 10 laps to go. Take the free pass and hope there's another caution. Get yourself some tires. Eric Schaefer, Colby Hartung, Brandon Banks, Michael Strickland, and Stephen Eacham, your top 5 on the corner exit. Or on pit exit here. Nobody got a black flag from what I see. Brad Harris on the bottom side of the racetrack here having an issue. He gets right-sided. He's good. Schaefer wins the race off pit road. Man. All right. It's shake and bake, and I helped. But we get back at it. That's what I say. Bunch of free pass drivers. Newbrow coming back cut to pit road. Get some more damage. First claim EOL for the 6. Be fine. Start at the tail of the field. Maybe hold on to a few things. John Hammond coming off pit road. Still be on the lead lap. Devin Asuda be first driver off the lead lap. And when he takes the wave around here. Mark Retchen back here as well. Again, looking for free passes. Joe Thompson, Alex Thompson. Not a bad idea. They're going to be duking it out with themselves here. And if it runs green, then they still have a chance. But anything can happen. We know this is iRacing. We know that the NASCAR Truck Series action is probably some of the closest racing you're going to get. Being able to bump and touch and do all the things that you see there. Another thing that I like that I like to see is that this field, while very big, has competitive racing throughout, regardless of the iRating, regardless of the skill level. Everybody has gotten the opportunity to be there. So, way to look at it. 72. It's like he took a little bit extra there. Anthony Shook in a 122, only hit 8 seconds of damage fixed there. All right. Wave around car is going to be released by the pace car. We're going to be right at 10 laps to go right now. So it'll be 9 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. Eric Schaefer ready to pull Brandon Banks. Teammate on the outside. Strickland's going to be on the inside with a 14. There's the 01, the 23, the 53. Joe Sanchez up there as well. Can he go back-to-back weeks? Anything can happen. Anything. And I mean anything. Did you say anything? Anything. Okay. Sorry. The old Cat in the Hat movie. Those who know Mike Myers. PRSsetups.com. Taking the Speedy Trophies again. Go to SpeedyTrophies.com. Get yourself set up today. Again, Phoenix next week for this series. It's going to be a ton of fun. Kansas back tomorrow night. Talladega on Thursday for the Signature Esports Xfinity Series presented by Cool Dog. And then they're ready. 54. Ready to bounce. 4 to the lead. Kobe Hartung there to side draft. 9 laps to go. 4 down to the bottom side. 14 back into the throttle. 54 there as well. Door to door. 14 all the way to the bottom side. 54 to the bump draft. Side draft for the 14. 14 is going to drop into the corner. 4 is freed up. 14 very much to the bottom side. Kobe Hartung to the lead. He is cleared all the way to the bottom. Hartung leading his first laps of this race with 8 laps to go. 4 into the corner. Can he pull a slide up? Corner exit goes for the 14. 4 into the door of the 14. Brandon Banks there as well. Here comes Big Art. Stryker trying to hold on. Hartung out front. 7 laps to go. Brandon Banks in tow. Hartung needs the 7 fastest laps he's ever ran in his entire life. 4 to the 54 clears the 4. Schaefer back to the bottom side. 14 up on the high side. 54 is going to get a big pull here. 0188, Steven Isham rolling. Oh no! Brad Harris, bottom side. Somebody up the racetrack. Brad Harris is fine. No caution. They're checking up. They're stacking up behind him, though. Oh, no. The 11 across the nose of the 1. Jamie Howell on the corner. There's a whole lot happening there. Ooh. Another right rear hook. So this, oh, man. So this starts up here. Brad Harris right here. That's the 48 of Joe Sanchez there. 3 wide. Oh, a little net code. Oh, 53 comes down to avoid. The 7 was still there. 52 able to miss. So that was cleaned up there. And then behind everybody, Jamie Howell right here. That's going to check up the field just a little bit. You see some drivers break. That's the 9 up forward there, Fred Chase. And Alex Thompson, he's fine. Fred Chase right here doing a great job. Let's take a look at what happened to Coulter Jr. Coulter right there, big check up into that. 1 goes to the outside. Didn't see that happening. Has the 28 of Rincon there. The 11 on corner exit just comes up. Didn't know the distance where the 1 is at. So Jamie Howell, also those of Coulter Jr. Man. All right. You know who's got some tires? A couple of drivers do. Might be able to make some time up. Joe Thompson might be able to come to pit road. Newbrow can come to pit road. We'll see a few drivers try some things here. John Hammond came in at 123, took his last set of tires. Opportunity for him. Kobe Hartung is your race leader. So to see Brandon Banks restart wherever he is not. Eric Schaefer might be able to restart with him as well. Big Art will have some time. Donnell Williams gets the free pass here. Should be back on the lead lap. As we're going to see, believe something natural here. Should be a natural green-white checkered. We'll see. All right. It's getting down to it. It's race time. Kobe Hartung, your race leader. We are going to have a couple of attempts of a green-white checkered. That is part of what you see here. And thank you to Speedy Trophies for bringing on the truck series. Thank you to Chop Chop Racing for, being one of the best platforms out there. Again, thank you to all the platforms we broadcast for. I want to thank, of course, Chop Shop for sponsoring, Beach Unlimited for sponsoring. I want to thank Surge Performance for being a sponsor. I want to make sure that we give a shout out to Mandarin Racing, of course, the Mandarin Racing legend, being cool, calm, and collected. Lunatic Designs, thank you to Lunatic, Kigo Lunatic as well for being our Countdown to Green sponsor, of course. What a big special thank you to National TV Sales and Rental, and of course, all of the fine folks that have put in time, energy, and effort to give us a platform to be able to race, and thank you to all the drivers that have continued to make iRacing better. Not just the leagues. Without leagues, drivers couldn't do what they do, and without drivers, the leagues couldn't do what they do. So they've got to figure it out. That's the way it is. 3 attempts at a green white checker tonight. It's going to come down to it. Let's see who does it. Let's see who has got enough. Let's see who's got enough Dylan in him. You know what I mean? Oh, man. You know, they got me a chair for Father's Day. My kids did. And Jess. And the back of it keeps falling down. 14:54, the 4, the 01. Strickland to Isham. Joe Sanchez back here as well. You saw 3 wide before. Well, you're going to see it again. We are going to go. They go down to it. It's been a great race. Congrats to the drivers putting on a good race. Seen a couple of cautions. That happens. Big field and a few cautions. It's been had a lot of green flag runs here, and that's what's killer about it. And we appreciate good racing. We appreciate drivers giving themselves just a touch more when it comes to getting into some of the best racing you're going to see. Kansas has been amazing. It's going to be absolutely killer. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be excited to see it. You're going to be excited to see it. Back at Kansas tomorrow night for the Sim 500 Series, WBD Diecast Fall Truck Series. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm excited. Hart's going to be starting soon. We've got AMP Racing recruiting out there as well. They're going to be starting up soon again, beginning of September. We're gonna have some more racing. We're going to be 7 days a week again. They're ready. I'm ready. Let's go do it. Green, white, checkered coming up. Green flag, the restart to the 14. Through the gears they go. Through to go. 14, high side down into the bottom. 54 back through the gears, trying to clear. Bump coming from the 01. Brandon Banks trying to clear, not clear. 01, bump draft, forward to the bump draft. Into the corner they go. Colby Hartung, Brandon Banks out front. Eric Schaefer staying up to hold on. White flag waves, final lap, 14 to the outside. DBR trying to hold on to the lead. 14 back to the outside. 4 there. Holy cow, it's going to be kicking off here. Striker into the wall, 23 wrecking back here. 14 back to the inside. 54 there. Into the corner they go. Final 2 turns. 14 across the nose. 54 with a bump. 14 down to the bottom side. 14 a block. Colby Hartung, Eric Schaefer. Brandon Banks crosses the line. He's going to finish third as Colby Hartung gets the win here. Eric Schaefer finishes second. What a finish. Stryker had a full send moment back here. Got in the wall, got free. Joe Sanchez finishes fourth. Big Art will finish fifth. Roberge is your biggest mover of the race. We got to see how that happened. Colby Hartung coming around to take the checkered. I tell you what, the teammates were working together there. It was a 2v1 in this situation. And we got to back it up here. Good run down to the back straightaway for the 01. Little free, little netco. They're fine. 14 got a big bump from the 01. Sends him into the corner. Back up the throttle. 14 here. 14 comes down. 4 still there. A little door bang there. But he's going to run where he can find free room and find real estate. 14 is going to try to send the outside lane here. 54 drops down with a 4. 14 here. 14 with a big run. Oh, across the nose of the 4. Gets to the inside. 14, little net code there with a 54. Bump for the 54 out of the break, stays out of him. Kobe Hartung gets the win, and he will back it down in the 4 into the 14. Celebration for Kobe Hartung. He gets his first win of the season. Schaefer, Brandon Banks, Joe Sanchez, Big Art, your top 5. Roberge finishes 6th at 25 spots, your biggest move of the race. Jason Day, 7th. Brad Dove, 8th. Rincon, Fred Chase, your top 10. Greg Whitehead finishes 11th. Joe Thompson, 12th. Donna Williams, Michael Newbrow, Brad Harris, Michael Strickland there all the way through 16. Jerry Culver and Jeremiah Burke there as well. Seen a lot of drivers involved in a few things there toward the end of that race. Burke, Shook, Coulter Jr., Alex Thompson, your top 21. Stephen Isham back to 22nd here. Jamie Howell, John Hammond, Connor Hazel, the first driver off the lead lap. So Hammond finished 24th, Hazel in 25th. Stephen Hyde, Mark Ratch, and Devin Asuda all there through 28th. And then the rest of your race results there, folks. Early issues for a few drivers. And an ending. That was exciting. That was thrilling to watch. Can't ask for some better racing out there, folks. I mean, that was intense. Let's go, Budget Bear. Thank you very much out there, dear. I appreciate you as always. Man. We'll talk to him. Kobe Hartung is going to be your victor here tonight after a hard fight. It was a 2v1 situation with some teammates there to try to get that win. And you had to do everything in your willpower. 1, to stay out of them, and 2, to get the restart you needed. Walk me through the restart and walk me through what transpired there when it comes to getting the victory.
That's what Austin Dillon should have done right there. That's how you come out of 4, Austin Dillon. Take notes. Coming to that restart, I knew they were going to work together. So, I mean, I had Nate behind me, and Nate worked pretty well. We tried to get the jump on it, but we didn't really execute that. I side drafted the crap out of them the whole first lap around, and second lap I thought I was done for. They were trying to box me in, and I found the smallest sliver of space and shot through it, and then stuck it on the bottom.
I think netcode even went. That's a little close.
Oh yeah, I had to do it.
Well, we talked about you being the season 2 champion here for the series, and then of course, last season just trying to find the playoffs to work for you. Week 2, and you're up here battling at a track that I call my favorite.
Oh yeah, this is definitely one of my top 3 tracks right here. I mean, I lived in Kansas. I know you're close to it. I race here quite often. So it's definitely one of my favorites, especially since it's a highline track, which is one of my big strengths.
What about this track that just I love the highline on it too. But what about this track makes it thrilling? Because this track puts on great races.
Oh yeah, it's multi-groove. You saw people making it work on the top, and then you saw people making it work on the bottom. I mean, the move I made on the last lap was a move on the bottom, but I used the top to get all the way up there. But first off, I had a little incident. I'd like to apologize to Jason Day there. A little bit through the race, I forced it 3 wide on him and got into him, and I don't know what happened to him, but he wrecked pretty bad, I'm pretty sure. So I really and truly apologize for that. That was a boneheaded move. But yeah, I deserve what's coming for that if next time we meet on the track.
Oh, I hope not. I hope everybody can keep it clean. I mean, because that's just what that's what you expect. You expect to have hard fought racing, and I thought, and we're watching the replay back, kind of like half speed right now. I thought that Banks would have mirrored that one, and the net code freed you up when he slid down below you. He had a big run here with his teammate, and then just had to get out of the gas. If not, he was going to hook you. What was the reaction there? I know that it's I know that you get into the heart of racing and you get into the competitive spirit, but one of the things that I know that this racetrack does is sometimes it makes you feel superhuman. What is that? What is that mindset that you have to kind of get out of to be able to try to do that? I mean, you got two DBR guys, hounding there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I done stuck it wide open on the last corner, and hoped and prayed it would work. And I don't know how I got back to the bottom, but I was able to block off the run for Banks. I mean, I'm sure them two would have made that move too, chopping the nose off. But I mean, especially after last week getting turned coming to the line. I mean, if that's the way we're gonna race coming to the line, I mean, I'm gonna throw some blocks, man.
Well, it was a good end. It was a good finish. I'm just the commentator here. My racing opinion was that was a really good battle between all three of you there. So I hope to see more close battles like that without the without the wrecking. Just racing hard and close and try to manufacture something out of what could be an awesome pace. That'd be cool to see. So it was a ton of fun to watch, man. Give shout outs. That was it was interesting end, and at least it wasn't as controversial as what happened at Richmond. It wasn't controversial. It was just I think everybody was just racing each other hard.
Oh yeah, didn't Austin Dillon. But yeah, shout out to you for putting on this good old broadcast, week in, week out, putting on a high quality broadcast for everyone to watch. Shout out to Striker and John for putting on this league and running it and all that, and sticking through all the controversy and all that, and dealing with all the arguments and shit. My bad, sorry for cussing. But yeah, shout out to the field for keeping it clean. I mean, good race. We didn't have many cautions. I don't think we only had like 2, right?
I don't remember now. If we had a couple, wasn't that many. It was a couple.
We got a green flag pit stop. It's always good when we get that.
Yeah, 134 laps. He had 5 cautions for just under 20 laps. So that was a good race. That's a good way to because you can sometimes get 5 cautions in an official, and that makes it not so enjoyable. But
no, 5 cautions, pretty good for an official.
Yeah, at Kansas, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd agree there. All right, brother. Well, congratulations. We'll catch you next week. You're gonna have to go to the nth line, sir. And
yeah,
that's.
I feel like that's gonna happen quite a bit.
That's well, I mean, we got Phoenix next week. Short track racing is it's about to have fun, and everybody that was inside the top 5 with you is going to be back here with you. So, good luck.
Boy, oh boy.
Good luck. That's going to be Phoenix is it's going to be a challenge. That's what it's going to be. So we'll see you next week, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That is Kobe Hardtown coming home in P number 1. P3 tonight is going to be Brandon Banks. He is living it up and living at large. Of course, that's what the relative was telling me. Man, oh man, did you have to get out of the gas there on that last corner? You had a run, and it freed you up, and you finished 3rd in the grass. And one of the coolest finishes I get to see. I know it's probably terrifying for you. You're waiting for a black flag. You're waiting for something to take that away from you. Yeah, the monkey in the room, or the elephant in the room, whatever you want to call it. I knew that it was going to be a big push on both lanes. You and Schaefer did it better. You took the lead, but this track gets such big runs And there's so much side force and down force on these trucks. A little contact can happen. Lot of net code that saved all three of you. I'm not even kidding. All three of you had some fractions, millimeters of net code that would have that definitely saved the trucks. But I want to first congratulations for top three, leading some laps, getting out there and racing hard. But I want to give a shout out to all three of you that finished inside the top three. For the amount of dexterity and the amount of and we're going to get to how you feel about the end of the race, and I'm going to let you walk me through what you saw. But the talent that all three of you put together right there to be able to try to just work that around, it was insane to watch. I don't know what you're feeling inside the truck. I don't know what, Hartung was feeling inside the truck. I kind of got an idea. I kind of have an idea how Schaefer's feeling right now. But I will say that, that battle for that green, white, checkered was awesome for a Kansas finish.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was fun. Those are the ones like you want to be involved in every week. And congrats to Colby. He did everything that I would have done. So I can't really, hey, good job. That was we got a really good restart. Alongside, I knew him and Nathan were gonna work together, and I just had to. I knew I had to time it perfect, or we're gonna get just killed because these trucks are dogs on the restart. So I got really lucky and timed it right on, and we had a good run into one. We got up front, and it's just I don't know it's hard. It's hard because the run is so strong coming from behind you those first couple laps that it's just really hard to make a block on someone. It's just I think coming to the three on that last lap, I knew Colby was going to do that. I mean, I don't blame him. But if I would have went down there to block him, he would have wrecked me. He would have just drove right through me because the run was so strong. I was trying to get him boxed in, coming off a two with Schaefer, and Schaefer just got loose. So, and then that just allowed him to get a run on me and actually get down to my inside. And as soon as I seen him do that, I backed up the corner and I should have been able to drive underneath him, which I think I would have, but I don't know if it was net code or what. I tried to touch him in the left rear to get him loose coming off the corner, and it net coded me more than it did him. It was weird. I don't think it should have did that, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It would have been a neck and neck finish at the end. That was that's what you want to see. It was good hard racing. It was clean. He raced me good all night. We just hey, it is what it is. Congrats to him.
And that's one of the things that I was saying too, because again going back right now watching the what transpired. There was net code when you came down when you backed up the corner in 3 and 4 and you tried to come down. That net code is what shook your truck up, and of course that's what sent you into the grass as well. At a certain point, these trucks just I'm starting to feel like Kansas is just the best track on this damn simulator. Pardon my language, folks, when it comes to the 1.5 mile tracks, because it produces races like this that you want to be a part of, that you want to see, especially in leagues like this that you just get so you're so invested in it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm kind of glad we got some long green flag runs. I really made a huge mess up going into the pits behind Schaefer. Yeah, and I got a speeding penalty coming in second there after that stage, and had to start in the back. So we pretty much worked our way all the way through the field. That half in the middle of the race there. So that took a lot out of where we maybe should have been there. I don't know. Had a good truck. It was fun. Like I said, that's what you want to see. I had a chance at the end there. Kind of hated for Schaefer. I think he had this thing won because he was so far out in front. Pit strategy, pitting a little early there, got him out there, and I think that was the move. So still got it back up and got a top 3, so good for him. And like I said, we'll go on next week, and I think there's a good stretch of tracks for us here, and we'll see if we can do it again. See if we can actually win one next night.
I tell you what, Phoenix is coming up next, and so you guys have to start at the tail end of that. Not a track. I want to be starting the tail end of a field. But anything can happen. Anything that can happen sometimes does happen. But this was a good race. It was a solid race foundationally. Second race with a 33 truck field. That's a pretty darn good scenario if I do say so myself. So fantastic run. Brandon, give you shout outs, man. You got a P3 finish tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for putting it on. Speedy Trophies, DBR for doing what we do every week, working as a team. Congrats to Colby again. That was one heck of a race there at the end. That was a lot of fun. And like I said, thanks to Strickland and Hammond and all those guys for doing what they do. This is a really fun league, especially when we can kind of get some of these green flag runs in like we've been doing. And it's a lot of fun. So we'll go on to Phoenix next week and start in the back. It'll be a lot of fun trying to come up through the field. That's a tough one to get through. Stay clean. So we'll see what we can do to take your time, and I don't know. We'll do what we can do. Like I said, hopefully it's not a bad thing having to start in the back. It means you're finishing in the front. So that's what we need to do every week, and we'll go on and see if we can get us another championship, man. Long season.
I like to hear about that championship early. A long season. It's gonna be great to watch it happen.
Yes, sir.
And that's coming from me. Also, I have a request for New Bros paint.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag don't hit me on the damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had some bad luck. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at it, but he was a little disappointed there. He was running really good.
He did finish 14th, but I think he accumulated over 11 minutes of damage or something like that. And that's if it could fall in his lap at this track, it fell on his lap at this track. That's for darn sure. So.
He's been doing good, man. He's been running a lot of officials lately and trying to get better in all these cars. So hats off to him for doing what he's doing. I got a feeling he'll be up here in the booth quite a bit this season. So, like I said, I haven't had a chance to look at what happened, but he was running good up until that point. So I think we'll see a lot of him this year.
It's everybody. You got Sanchez, DBR, second, third, fourth. Then New Browson 14th, and then of course poor Jason. That's another one.
He's got the worst luck of anybody I've ever seen.
A big hashtag don't hit me on his truck too. I mean, things happen. Racing happens, and it was a good race, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. From the spectator's point of view, because that's all I can say that I am. I know a lot about this racetrack. I know a lot about these trucks, but I can tell you that you never know what's going to happen until it does. So much love, Brandon. We'll see you Thursday for Talladega over in the Xfinity Series. Good luck at the rest of your races this week.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
That is Brandon Banks coming home P number 3, and then Schaefer finishes P2 tonight. And, love that dude. He's got more talent in his pinky behind the wheel of these things than I could ever think of having in my right and left foot. I understand being frustrated. I get it. But racing does happen, and you got to make sure that, I shout out to the top, to not just the top 3, but just to the field today. Stryker had a big run. I wanted to see what happened to Strickland there with Big Art. Because that is going to be something that we'll just play this at speed. That's going to be something I wanted to see here, because he had a fast truck all race long as well, and he's won at this racetrack prior. Through the corner, looks good. This was coming around to that. We talked about the white flag, and I tell you what, Joe Sanchez in the 48 truck right there, great run for him. 88 trying to do all that he can to get into the corner. Big run, big run, big runs. That's a huge run on the 0-1 there. The striker gets to the back bumper. Has the 0-1 cooked right there. Could have a top 3. Knight drops into the corner right here. And just slides back up the racetrack and just not clear. Man, and Steven Isham collected. And oh man, how about Coulter Jr. rebounding? Having to try to rebound. He had a good night there as well. There's a lot happening right there. There's a bunch of wrecks. The 11 of Howell's involved. Culver up there as well. Burke is going to be there. Wanted to see Alex Johnson was in 21st. He had to duck, dodge, dive, dodgeball, a few things there. Hartog wins though, and the race of the ages. That's for darn sure. It's a ton of fun. Folks, thank you to all the sponsors of this series. Thank you to my sponsor, of course, as well. Thank you to Budgie, who is the legendary, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever be when it comes to mods out there. Thank you to everybody who watched on, watching out there everywhere. I can't thank you enough for just being a part of our platform. If you haven't done so, consider following us on all of our platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. You can also follow us at our second YouTube channel, Signature Gaming. And you can also follow us on our second Twitch channel, Signature Games 2, TOO. Give those channels a follow. We're going to put some more content out there. iRacing is on our iRacing. Thank you to the new subs. Thank you to everybody that has put in the time, energy, and effort into making us one of the best. You guys are just awesome. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. Much love. Be safe. We appreciate everybody. This was a fun time. I want to raid out on Twitch since we got a few viewers out there. Thank you to everybody. We'll see if anybody's live out there that we follow. Want to make sure that we send you over to an iRacer that we know. Actually, FSARA. This is going to be 27 Tattoo. We're going to raid you over to him. And he's out there racing himself. So thank you very much to everybody. We'll see you in the next one, okay? Peace. Much love, Budgie.